Hey there, math fans. Have you ever seen this before? This idea of repeating a fraction over and over again. I think it was in high school and someone showed me something like this. They said, what if you do this? And it's like, you're sitting there not paying attention in class. What if you type in 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1? You get 1.5. What if you type in 1 over and then replace this with 1 over 1 plus 1? You get 1.6 repeated. What if you just keep going? This is an example of something that if you keep going, you actually do approach something. It doesn't get just bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I haven't proved that in any way, but I'm claiming if you kept going your calculator, it keeps up at 1.61, and there's other things. There's a similar thing with square roots. You can do the square root of 1 plus the square root of 1 under there, and you get this 1.41. You can do it again. You get this, you get this number. Both of these approach something. And I remember being kind of enthralled with this and like, what if I change one of the numbers? What can I say? These are actually called continued fractions. This is a big, important thing in approximation. I don't know what you call this. But I was doing something for my pre-calculus class where I was reviewing some arithmetic and some algebra, and I threw this at the end of an exercise. Now, the students said they did not care for this, and the TA said, don't ever do that again. I tend to make mistakes like that. Okay, but the comment, I just remember it just reminded me of something that perked my interest at some point early in my math career. So the idea is if you called this x, this as an unknown, if this is true that it approaches something, then the number appears in itself. And that's also true here. And so if we can write that down, we could try to solve for it. So if there's a number that approaches that satisfies the first one, we're going to have x equals 1 plus 1 over x. And I'm going off the page. What kind of cut rate production is this? Okay, so you could then multiply both sides by x, and it's a quadratic. You could even move everything over, and we can solve that. Negative b, I sing in the class, I'm sorry. Plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And you get this x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. Fun. Now, if you try both solutions, only one of them is close to 1.6, and it's the positive one. So it appears that this is getting closer and closer, if that logic is correct, to this 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. Now, that particular number is called the golden ratio. If you look it up, there's all sorts of facts about it. For a long time, people thought it's kind of the most pleasing ratio. It's all these geometric things come up. I'm not going to talk about that here, but you can look it up. Okay, so that's kind of fun. Go ahead and try it again with different numbers. See what it approaches. It changes your quadratic. That's interesting. Okay. So then I was like, oh yeah, I also remember this about the square roots, that there was something similar. So here you get x equal, and I was like, what was that number again? I was just thinking of this randomly as I was making this sheet. I was like, okay, it leads to a quadratic. So here's another example I get to tell students to try to solve. Square both sides, and now go solve that quadratic. Another opportunity to use the quadratic form. And then I was like, oh, it's the same equation. I don't know if I knew this at one point. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are the same? This is this, and this is this. So impress your friends with that, or don't tell them. But thanks for listening. I thought that was sort of an interesting use of the quadratic formula, that those two things are the same. What? All right. Thanks for listening.